Hi, my name is Eddie, and this is a reading for Scorpio from the new moon on the 8th of April. So I'm going to shuffle your cards, and I'm just focusing around you. I'm just going to lay down your 10 cards on the table. Right, let's have a look then at what's been going on and what's going to show up for you. So, first card is in the here and now, the present situation, which is the Knight of Swords in the reversed position. I do sense that things are going to slow down here for you. Okay, I do sense there has been a lot of frustrations. Okay, there has been a lot of challenges. Okay, I see these flames like in the background, so something kind of sort of flared up recently. There could well have been a disagreement and a lot of upsets here. You know, please do comment if this makes sense so far, and also if you want to comment on what kind of videos you would like in the future, then also do that as well. But back to this card, you know, with the Knight of Swords reversed, it's like this change of energy here. It's this kind of sort of shift of energy. So rather than the thoughts going wild, it's like your thoughts kind of sort of settle down. This is what I get here, okay? The feeling here is of you stepping back from a situation. You know, it's like you haven't been able to see the wood for the trees, okay? You've been bogged down. It's been one thing after another. It hasn't been raining, but it's been pouring. That's the energy I get here, but the energies are starting to change. I just sense this turnaround. Okay, it does take a little bit of time, you know, like this massive lorry, you know, it's going towards the wrong place and it needs to turn around. The driver is turning around, but as it turns around towards a better place, it causes a lot of like frustrations, disruptions, but once it turns around, then it's full steam ahead. So it's this kind of this transitional period which I get for you. I do see you drawing a line in the sand here. You know, enough is enough. Things need to be done differently. Okay, you've tried one way, it doesn't work. Okay, there's a need to change direction or change perspective around a situation. You've been through so much, but do remember that the roses do grow from the manure. Okay, so you can use these difficult experiences, you're actually going to grow from them, okay, and some good things are ahead for you. It's just difficult at the moment. Card crossing is the Devil card. So there is some negative influence around you, okay, that could well be around people, around situations, and it's like you kind of sort of tied to the past here. There's a lot of toxic energy, okay, so it could well be that you need to use some sage, burn some sage, you know, just to clear the energies. Have you tried that? You know, do comment, you know, if this does make sense to you. You know, it's like you get so far and then you're kind of sort of, you know, pulled back. You know, there's a need to sever these chains, okay, so that you can move forward in a way from this situation. Okay, it's been holding you back for far too long. This is a sticking point. You're getting to the root of the problem. You're getting to the root of the situation. So as you step back, you know, you can actually see these people, you know, like seeing the wood, like not being able to see the wood for the trees. You know, if you step back, you can see the bigger picture. You step back from these people or situations, you start seeing them for how they really are. And then of course you can break free because you're left in no doubt that it's time to let go and move forward from this situation. But at the moment there is this little bit of doubt, all this worry, all this fear, but I do sense you're going to be left in no doubt about what to do. So if I just go back a bit, okay, or quite a long way into the past, I do sense you were feeling very good emotionally here, okay? You were very much in touch with your feelings, okay? You know, everything was going along just fine, like in an emotional sense. And then something happened, something was said or something was done, which just changed everything around for you. Okay, it's like your whole world came crashing down. It's like happiness turned to sadness and laughter turned to tears here. But do remember, things can be rebuilt, but much stronger than before. Let's look more forward then and see what's going to show up for you. I've got the Nine of Swords in the reverse position, which is actually very, very positive reversed. I mean, it does show at the moment, and maybe in the past, you've been having a lot of sleepless nights. Okay, it's being up late at night with worries and fears, these frustrations, these challenges, just feeling very down around the whole situation. But with the Nine of Swords in the reverse position, it's like this relief. It's this release. Okay, so this release from these chains, you're going to cut through these chains, okay, and just move forward and away from this negativity to something much brighter and something much more positive. Okay, bit by bit, I just see these chains just dissolving. Yeah, and then you're free. Also with the number 9, it's about reaping the harvest. Okay, so it is very much about all this time, all this effort you put into a situation. It's going to come back in equal measure. You're going to get your just rewards. Okay, but again, it's about this. It's not taking. It's about allowing. Two different things here. You know, taking can be quite negative, where receiving is very positive. So the card in the goal position is the Five of Pentacles. Always get taken back to the original Rider-Waite with this card, which, you know, there's a person on crutches and a person walking next to them in rags. Okay, so you're kind of dressed in rags, and you know, and it's very much that this person or this situation, because they're on crutches, it's holding you back. Okay, you're wanting to move forward from this situation. But I tell you what, if you put on your glad rags, yeah, and just moved away from this situation and focused on you, those crutches would go up in the air. They'd be thrown up in the air, and that person or that situation would come towards you. And then you can choose. You can choose whether to have it in your life or not, rather than asking someone else to choose. Yeah, you can choose. You know, it's a change of energy. It's a shift of energy. So rather than taking, it's receiving. Okay, can you see it? It's so much more positive. It's like walking away from a situation, you get the best deal. That's what I get here. So subconsciously, yeah, you know, you've been feeling very negative, you know, which is also shown by the Devil card as well, and it's this influence around you. It shows that things have been out of balance for you. Okay, there's been like this sort of disconnection, you know. It's like you've lost your kind of sort of mojo. That's what I get here. But as I said, it's like this transitional period. You know, there are better times ahead for you where you are going to feel a whole lot more positive about things, and with what develops in the coming months. I think the advice here is shown by the Ace of Swords reversed. Okay, victory is yours, but you must draw a line in the sand. Okay, once you draw a line in the sand, it's saying that victory is yours here. Okay, it's also about being more single-minded about things, so not being pulled one way and then the other. You know, it's a bit like, you know, the heart and the mind. It's like the mind wants to move forward, but the heart keeps kind of sort of pulling you back. You know, like being in that car, you know, you got your foot on the accelerator, hand on the handbrake, you go around in circles. You're gently on the accelerator, gently off the handbrake, and then you just move forward. Your heart and your mind work together. Anything's possible. It just drives you forward. So become more, I think it's saying single-minded. Okay, so just focus. You know, it's this laser sharp focus on what you want and kind of sort of sticking to it. You know, it may seem difficult. It may seem like being on the Titanic, you know, where you're still playing in the band whilst the ship is sinking around you. Okay, but there is a lifeboat for you if you stick to it. That's what I'm being told. So on the outside, I've got the Eight of Wands. This is the only card in the pack for me anyhow, which has the same meaning upright as well as reversed. You turn it around, you know, those arrows are still coming down to the ground. So even though things are very unsettled, you know, a bit like that snow globe, you know, it's been shaken up and all the snow is all over the place. But once it settles, it reveals this beautiful scene, okay? So there is something good waiting for you, okay? That's what it's saying. It's also very karmic as well, so there has been a lot of pushing and pulling, blowing hot and cold going on around you, okay? But this situation, you know, what's going on around you. It's kind of, you've looked at it from different directions here, okay? Perhaps you've been trying to give someone or something the benefit of the doubt, okay? Maybe you've been like in denial or burying your head in the sand, but as you step back, you kind of sort of see the bigger picture. And there is a strong sense of relief and release from this situation. There's also something here about romance. It's going to bubble up between now and August for you, because I'm getting hours of love and also Cupid's hours as well. And it's a very, very deep connection here. It could well be a soulmate connection. You have this goal which you're working on, and it will be achieved within the next 8 weeks. The next card is your hopes and your fears, which is shown by the Queen of Pentacles reversed. It may well be that you fear change. Okay, you're so used to the status quo, even though it's been one challenge after another. You kind of know what to expect. You know you're kind of been in this negative momentum for far, far too long. You know, but you're kind of used to it. But with the Queen of Pentacles reversed, it is very much this feeling of kind of losing the world to gain it. Okay, it's like you let go, and then you allow what's yours to come in here. And then the outcome card here is the Hanged Man. So it does show things reaching ahead here. Okay, so you get to a point where you must face up to the situation. Okay, and then in facing up to the situation, you bring about this kind of sort of change. Okay, so it could well be that you're going to change direction here, and you're going to change your perspective around the situation. So don't forget, you know, if you change the way you look at something, what you look at also changes. And the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Thank you.